Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Wow. Celebrating. We are celebrating a few different things. Number one, I just want to say a very humble and honest thank you. Just as I was watching Raw tonight, and I don't usually talk about Raw, but there were some fun things that happened, so I'm going to talk about it. And I got a little notification on my phone saying that I got another sub, which I never got notifications like that before on my phone. Now all of a sudden I'm getting them. It's weird, but hey, whatever. It's fine. But like I've been saying on the last several videos, that we are on the road to 400 big ones. And, well, during Raw, I got my 400th sub. And I was like, do my little happy dance, So yeah, I just want to say thank you. That's pretty exciting. I've been doing this for I looked, it was June of 2013. 13? Yeah, 2013. So four and a half, whatever, years I've been doing this. And yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll be honest, I'm pretty psyched about that, onward and upward, it's always, we get a few, we lose a few, we get a few, we lose a few, but and it goes in streaks depending on what I'm talking about. Like I just did the Stone Temple Pilots video. I gained almost 10 subs just off of that video. It's like crazy. You never know what a video is going to do until you throw it out there. And I've had videos that I've gotten 10, 5, whatever views. I've had videos on here that I've done ridiculous numbers compared to that, like 5,000. And no, I'm no Justin Bieber with with a billion hits or nothing. But that just I'm still a small fish in a big pond, and when you hit little landmarks like this, it's just and it's not, I'm not bragging. It's totally not bragging. I'm just happy that I can still do this, given health issues over the years and other situations and whatnot. I'm just happy I can still do this. So just a humble and honest thank you to everyone out there who's watched, subbed, liked, shared, commented, hated, whatever, whatever it is. I appreciate it. So thank you. But hey, now that, not just to want to talk about that, I want to talk about an exciting comeback that's been rumored for a few weeks now, that we've been kind of waiting for. And it's been not so well hid, but nothing happened right before Survivor Series. Nothing happened at Survivor Series. And as I was watching Raw tonight, and I'll be honest, I started thinking, man, we could really use another string of new blood to come into the main roster. I mean, we just got Asuka, and that's pretty cool. But, man, we could use a few more. Then Paige shocks the heck out of everyone. Yay, Paige is back. So psyched about that. There's been so much negative news about Paige and her life outside of the WWE. And yeah, some of it's been interesting, some of it's been insanely negative with her relationship with Patron. and probably drinking too much Patron. I don't know what her drink of choice is. You know, she got injured. She lost. What was it? She failed wellness policy tests. I don't think it ever came out what she tested for or whatever. And I don't have to know. You know, it's just, you know, she had this string of negativity and then public embarrassment in her relationship. And now there's rumors that she's single again. I don't know. I'd be shocked. You know, it seemed like her and Alberto were really going to tie the knot, but hey, you know, more power to her. You know, if things are getting hairy and pretty negative, and she was able to walk away safely with her head held high, whatever the situation is, you know, she's happy, she's healthy. That's all that matters. And I, for one, am so happy that Paige is back. And I think a lot of people started to honestly forget. You know, there was all this talk about the women's revolution or women's evolution or whatever you want to call it. And everybody kept tagging Charlotte and Bailey and Sasha Banks in that same sentence. I'm not knocking them, but they didn't start it. Okay? If anybody started it, you got to skip back at least a season with NXT. Is when NXT really came into its own. And no, I'm not talking about the embarrassment competition series that was on that was horrible. That, you know, Daniel Bryan came from. Yeah, that was nice that it produced him or whatever you want to, however you want to phrase it. But no, that was not something to be proud of. Nexus came from it. Ooh. No, when NXT really started, and Paige was one of the first girls, women, whatever, to stand out. You know, and I'll say along with Emma, you know, and even Summer Rae, you know, she was one of the first girls on there too. Did she end up doing much? No, not really. But Emma sure did. She had some hiccups along the way, and now unfortunately she's let go. But Paige really set that whole thing in motion. So I just wanted to talk about that for a minute and just kind of remind people, you know, Charlotte this, Bailey that, Sasha Banks this. Paige is back, guys. And she is going to flip Raw on its lid. And she didn't come alone either, no. She showed up in... I'll be honest. When she said, and I didn't come alone, for a split second, I was like, oh, please let it be Ruby Riott and Nikki, what the hell's her name from Sanity? Nikki Cross. I was like, oh, how perfect would it be? Bring in Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross with you. That would have been insane. But we got Sonya, and I had to write this down just because, you know, I've seen these names before, but I'm not used to saying them. Now we will be used to saying them. Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. Two girls who a couple years ago, I think were both on Tough Enough, along with, well, the winner just got canned. Mr., 7-foot dude making Wookiee noises. The Velveteen. Now, I'm sorry, I can't remember his real name, but he's now the Velveteen Dream, and he just had a hell of a big coming out party during War Games on Saturday night. So 3 faces from that Tough Enough who ended up not winning the competition. I don't know what the heck happened to Sarah. She got pregnant and we haven't seen her since. So the 2 winners, we haven't seen them in years. And the 3 that were just kind of like, off in the, supposed unemployment line, quietly honing their craft down in NXT over the last couple of years, are now making some of the biggest statements in the WWE. One still down in NXT, Velveteen Dream, but with as talented as he's been over the last several weeks, and that tremendous match he had with Aleister Black, I've got a feeling he's not going to be spending a lot of time down in NXT. That's just a guess. I could be wrong, but nonetheless, he really showed us his talent. And now these girls, before I get too far off the subject here, Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose showing up with Paige. I've been hearing some, positive things about these girls. Sonya Deville's I think she's had a few matches. In fact, I think both girls have had some matches on NXT. But I just read, right before I went live, I read someone posted on Twitter something about these girls have been really knocking it out of the park at house shows. No, I haven't seen any house shows, but that's, that's where these guys are cut their teeth, They're really, they're breaking them in front of the smaller crowds. They're not doing it at the big, 17,000 quarterly big shows like we just had this last weekend. So, but hey, if Trips thinks they're ready, and Matt Bloom does, and who's his assistant? I can't think of her name. Matt Bloom's assistant, the one who's in charge of the women. I'm sorry, I can't remember her name. If anybody thinks they're ready, it's going to be them, because they're the one that are going to be, going to keep feeding names to Vince and Triple H and those guys, saying, "Hey, it's time. It's time for these 2." And it's just really interesting that they got put with Paige. I'll say that Paige is a veteran. She's been around for, let's see, NXT started 2012. It was within a year. I think it was the year that the Shield debuted. That year leading up to that is when NXT, the original show, started. The real show. I call it the real show. So, and now granted, Paige has been down there a couple of years before that, but, as far as really getting in the public eye on TV, I'm pretty sure that was 2012. So yeah, a veteran like Paige, and these 2 we can call them strapping young lads. They're not lads, lasses. That sounded wrong. Sorry. These 2 young women coming up, and Deville and Rose. Wow. An interesting, Sonya Deville was impressive. You know, she's got that MMA, you know, badass look to her. Mandy Rose. Oh man. She is going to she is really going to turn some heads. What did my wife say? She looks just like a young Trish Stratus. And I was like, yeah, I've seen that for a while. Because, you know, I've seen pictures of her. I haven't seen a lot of matches, but I've seen pictures that she shares on social media, you know, and it's usually bikini selfies or something like that. And, well, let's just say I was a fan of Trish Stratus before she joined the WWE. So I've seen a few of these old pictures of modeling pictures of Trish Stratus before she joined the wrestling world. Yeah. Mandy Rose does look like a young Trish. And and if that was her finisher that she put on, was that Bailey? It was Bailey. Or was that Sasha Banks? I think it was Bailey. All the women got their ass kicked. Oh, except for Fox. Fox ran off. I'm waiting for someone to make a crazy video and include Fox running away, kind of like they did with Dana Brooks a couple weeks ago when the invasion happened. That'll be the next thing people do. It'll go viral. Fox running away. That was pretty funny. So yeah, Paige is back and brought some company with her. Yeah, I'm excited. You know, some new blood. Always nice to see new up-and-comers hit the main roster. It's got to be a proud moment for the NXT crew, the trainers, everyone involved. Pretty cool. And now, what? Yeah, people are psyched about that. I haven't honestly seen. Okay, I saw like one meh to Paige's return. What people are really losing their head over, and I don't understand why. Well, I'll get to a couple of responses in a second. But Roman Reigns is IC champ. And I, for one, I'm happy for him. Now, don't get me wrong. I love The Miz. And The Miz has done some great things being the IC champ. And I think that The Miz, without The Miz Taraj, he doesn't need those guys. I feel bad for them in a sense. In fact, actually, let me put it like this. I feel bad that The Miz is stuck with Bo Dallas and Kurt Hawkins, Curtis Axel. My goodness, because no one talks about him. He's just a face with a neck brace, which is absolutely hilarious, though. Miz by himself has been incredible. And I feel like whether he's got the IC champ with or without a title, he's been one of the top guys on Raw and or SmackDown. Okay? I will give him all the props in the world. Did I think he deserved it back when he headlined WrestleMania? No. Does he deserve it now? Absolutely. So, you know, I am a little surprised that Roman Reigns is IC champ. But now that the Shield is back and the momentum's there again and the hype machine behind the Shield, so I'm not shocked. I'm a little surprised. I'm surprised they didn't like drag this out a little more. But if we're not getting another Raw pay-per-view till what, next year? got to be next year. I think it's next year. I don't know. The next one is a SmackDown pay-per-view, and that's a month from now. Well, almost a month from now. So yeah, I don't know if the one after that is going to be the Royal Rumble. I'm not sure. I got to look. But nonetheless, yeah, it would be a while before The Miz would actually have to defend it on a pay-per-view. So doing it now makes sense. And it keeps the momentum going for the Raw, the weekly episodes. You got to have something big to talk about, people to tune in for. The rematch will happen next week, I'm sure. Or who knows? Who knows what they'll do? But that's usually how it goes. The following week, Miz will get his shot. Probably headline again. Maybe not. I don't know. But what is hilarious, and what I started seeing, and I don't get this, apparently people are talking about, and it's probably something like Meltzer put out there, like, oh, there's talks of this, and oh, there's talks of that. I guess people are already talking about next year's headlining act for WrestleMania. Well, because tickets just went on sale, and now things are starting to slowly get into motion for next year. I get that. But people are already talking about what the headlining act is going to be. The main event, whatever, is going to be Brock versus Roman Reigns. Okay. Maybe. If it is, whatever. But to see people on social media absolutely losing their ever-loving minds, and people are already comparing it to Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior. Like the Universal Champ versus the IC Champ. I think, I think we have some people out there losing their minds for no reason. I find it absolutely hilarious, and honestly, it's a little sad. If people are like already losing their minds over this, be excited about about Paige being back. Maybe celebrate the fact that Miz had a great run again as the umpteenth time he's been IC champ. If you're not a Roman fan, if you're a Roman fan, let's celebrate Roman being IC champ. He's had pretty much every championship there is now. He's been WWE champion. He's had the tag titles with Rollins. He's been United States champion. And now IC champion. What do they call that? A Grand Slam? The success of the Shield over the last 5 years, whether being together or being solo acts, has been absolutely phenomenal. And whether you love them or whether you hate them, they have set the bar for working hard and knocking it out of the park, show after show after show. And you can't even dispute that. That's not even like, oh, no, they haven't. No, they have. They knock it out of the park every time they hit the ring. And of course, some idiot out there is going to say, Oh yeah, well, Dean Ambrose never defended his United States Championship, so really? That'd be about the only negative thing I could say that they honestly booked the Shield with. That's not even his fault. They put it on him. It's not his fault that he didn't defend it. Anyways, so yeah, I'm happy for Roman. You know, he's got one of the biggest fan bases in the WWE now, and he's a hard worker, and he puts on a hell of a show. He had a great match against The Miz. And did I honestly think he was going to win it when the match started? No. Especially after the bar showed up. Well, they call themselves the Bar. We are the Bar. Cesaro. Sheamus, Cesaro, whatever. As soon as they showed up, I was like, oh, that's it. He's not winning. And then Ambrose and Rollins showed up and saved the day. And, well, sure enough, we got a new IC champ. So I had a feeling he was going to win, but I wasn't like, I wasn't like 100%. Oh, yeah, he's going to win. You know. But the two put on a fun match, and then there was some shenanigans. So it was a typical main event. It was all right. I'm happy with it. It was an okay Raw. Crazy beginning. I'm not going to review the whole thing, but it was fun. And I don't usually, review Monday Night Raws, but I figured, hey, as long as I'm coming on here and I'm talking about 400 subs, I'll talk about Paige and I'll talk about everybody's favorite Intercontinental Champion. Cue the booze. No. So once again, I just want to say a very humble and honest thank you to everyone. Thank you for 400 subs. Watch, I'll lose like 3 tomorrow. Shut up. But yeah, that's what the channel does. It goes up, it goes down. But I hit 400 today, so for now, I'm celebrating it. So cheers. No, it's not even alcoholic. It's a flavored water. Whatever. I'll add some schnapps to it. I don't know. So just thank you so much. Much appreciated. And I've got some other stuff coming up. I'm probably going to skip Impact's review from last week just because I got so much other things going on. The holidays are Thanksgiving is coming up in a few days. And I'm going to be, I was crazy busy today getting the house ready. Got family coming on Thanksgiving. That's going to be fun. So if I do any more videos this week, if I have time, I'm probably going to sneak in a review for the Kevin Owens 365. I watched that late last night. That was fun. That was awesome. So there's your quick review. No, I'm kidding. I'll do a review for that. Do some talking about it. We'll see. I'm not going to promise any time. You'll either see it before Thanksgiving or early next week sometime. Because once I have the kids from Friday on, I'm not going to do anything else on here the rest of the weekend. So you may not see me for a week after this video. We'll see. No promises. If I do, I do. If I don't, I'll be back in a week. So if I'm not back, everyone have a lovely Thanksgiving for those of you who are celebrating on Thursday. And if you're not celebrating Turkey Day, have a great day. And for God's sakes, be safe on Black Friday. If you do plan on doing holiday shopping on Black Friday, be safe. Okay? Don't freeze to death waiting outside of some stupid store. Don't get stuck in a, million people march waiting for a cheap TV. That's just stupid. Shop online. That's what my wife plans on doing. So she's like, we're not shopping this year. I'm like, we're not? She's like, no, we're shopping online. I was like, okay, great. And you just got to worry about everything coming to the house in one piece. And I probably just jinxed that. So whatever. So that's it for this one. Just want to say thank you. Fun Raw. 400 subs. Awesome. Here's to 100 more. And, well, we'll see when we hit 500. Probably not going to celebrate that much, but hey, it's cool. It's a number. It's a goal. And I appreciate it. So, have a great rest of your evening. Peace. Paige is back. Roman's awesome. And a million people just told me to suck it. Good night.